It's just something that we've
And
noticed.
we're live, but
Okay.
I'm going to go to recording.
Notification go.
Or lent a little. Oh, here we go. I'll go to recording screen because then when I walk out, you guys can talk. Do some talking.
Okay.
1 1 1 2 1.
You guys
1,
can
2, 1,
introduce.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1.
Now, I'm going to walk away because I trust you. And you guys can say whatever you want on the stream and get me banned. I fully trust you. Don't get me banned. I'll be back.
We're banned.
Hello, band. I'm Dad.
Oh, are we actually on?
Yeah, we're on. We're live.
Oh, Jesus.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi. This is so weird. It's still so weird that people watch. It's bizarre to me.
What do you mean it's weird that people watch? Like, we do great work.
We do.
Out here.
We do. I think it's just weird that people, I don't know, it's still like such a new concept to me. Anyway, hi everybody. My name is Grace. This is Liquorwitch. Usually we're on Crit and Miss, but we've decided to do like a little an aside.
We're taking a deviation. We're taking a little bit of a side quest that fits into some of the really fun stuff that we're going on in the Beyond the Wild and Witchlight campaign that we currently play in. You guys may not have seen it going forward, but I promise you there's a lot of back recorded things that are super dope, super exciting. Can't wait for you to see them all. This is semi-canon, so anything that happens in this world may have some impact on the Witchlight world.
It is completely canon.
Completely canon? Okay. This is the Dungeon Master saying these things, so listen to her.
By the way, no, I am the Dungeon Master. Sorry, I should probably mention that. If you're looking to watch the actual stream, you can look for crit_n_miss on everything. And it is called Beware the... You know what, I never say it properly.
It's Beware the Witching Hour.
That one. It's just honestly a bit at this point. Yep. It's not a bit because I never say it right.
Whether we can see the striking Father O'Reilly.
We can.
Yes,
but for the moment, we're avoiding Father O'Reilly and we're doing something else entirely. Not
sorry.
even nearly.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
I like this.
Okay.
I'm excited. But before we go, I just want to get your opinions on something. I've done one thing.
Yes.
One thing lately. I've been writing a lot. I made a big Lancer campaign and it couldn't run because my computer couldn't handle Tailspire, the big 3D program, and Twitch at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've come up with doing something like we're doing now, but it'll be an isekai thing. So basically, whoever went on the show would be going into a fantasy world as themselves, and then I give them one unique ability that is so OP and can be abused in some way, and you can actually build your strength and stuff up. So I think it's kind of cool. A good example is that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Is a manga show, and the guy dies in real life, and when as he's dying, he's like, "I'm so cold," and a little HUD comes up like this, and it's like, talent acquired, cold resistance, and he stops feeling cold, and he's like, oh, I can't breathe. It's like, blah, blah, blah. And basically the reason he becomes a slime is because he's trying to get rid of the pain and stuff of dying, and he becomes this. But yeah, it's very cool. Anyways, let's go back to Fetch Quest! I'm so excited.
Dog's out.
Yes.
I'm not putting my feet on the internet. But like the dogs are out.
So I'm sure if you guys see up in...
Is that what that meant? The dog's out. The feet.
Dogs are out. The feet are out. I'm barefoot right now.
Honestly, me too. But it's not going on the internet.
Not for free.
Go to my other channel, Mod Brew
Go
After
to our
Dark.
other channel for that. It's a Feet and Miss, where we just post our feet pics.
And also Among Feet D&D.
Yeah.
Yes. And
it's
Lick
just
Feet.
Lick a Feet.
It's actually
Lick a Feet is a good one.
So the username is Feet and Miss, but the username is Among Fungus.
Nice. I'm just gonna say, Lick a Feet is a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good
That's a
one.
great one. If I had feet that were worthy of having pics
Yes.
taken of them, I would be out there. But I've got those full-on Scottish, like full-on Celtic yam toes. No one
She's
needs to see
those
that.
hobbit feet. She's got
I got them
feet moment.
hobbit feet. For
Yes.
real.
Uh,
To the
the-
point where even like those foot masks don't do fucking jack shit. My calluses are like, I'm here to stay.
I love it. And it just reminds me of that old liquor feet reminds me of that old joke. The how does a French woman hold her liquor? By the ears.
Or by the top of their head.
Yes.
I don't get that. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Oh. Imagine truly an innocent babe out here amongst us creatures. I'm so sorry, Grace.
Oh, sorry,
continue to
Grace. You didn't see the
explain.
warning. This is adults only.
I continue to
It's
explain
after
to
hours
people
D&D, babes.
that I feel like I was raised in a glass bubble, and I feel like I graduated year 12 in like 2019. I feel like I have only then started growing. So when
Oh
people
my
make
god,
jokes
I've never
like
felt
that,
more old than I do right now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know
I
it's
graduated
crazy.
I graduated year 12 in 2009.
Oh, fuck off. I was like 7.
2002.
I was born.
It's okay, Mod, you and me are both in our 30s. It's okay.
Not for long. Not for
2002
long.
is when I was born.
If-
I was a human.
If this was the
I
movie
had my own individual
Carousel,
thoughts and feelings in 2002. I don't like this.
if this was the book / movie Carousel, I would have like months left of my life. Like
yeah,
in
we'd
February,
both be like
I'm
coughing up
40.
blood delicately into cloths
Bam.
and be like, I've got the consumption.
Well, I mean, if it makes you guys feel any better, I would be a spinster, well and truly. I'm like 22. I'm not far behind you. I've got no money, no prospects, and I'm frightened.
Now, would you rather have the age of 22, or would you like to be like a semi-millionaire like me?
What do you mean? Would I rather be old?
Like, would you rather
Sounds like
be
a bargain.
would you
avoidant.
rather lose your years and become 40 years old, but you would be as rich and well off as I am and as successful, and you'd have a hot wife?
Does have a point.
It's a pretty.
Ooh. I do.
And
like
look.
hot women.
Look how obedient she is. Tuxamaket. No, she's not coming over to do my shoulders. I'd probably stick with Kieran.
Oh no.
I'd probably stick with Kieran. She looks angry.
I'm very lucky. I have a great boyfriend. I like my boyfriend. I'll keep him. Thank you very much for the offer, though.
There you go. Correct answer. So, Fetch Quest, how do we start? I've never done... Oh, what is that noise?
So,
Oh, look, a thing came up on my screen.
oh,
I got a subscriber.
It's me.
Thank you.
I'm out here providing support in multiple ways.
And look, now your name's on the bottom,
that's so cool.
on the screen. I didn't know it did that.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Well, I
Hell
did make
yeah,
it do
brother.
that. Hell yeah. And actually, I should put your names on the stream. So while Grace explains what we're going to do, I'm just going to quickly type in your names. Is there a particular
Yes.
color you'd like?
Oh my god, pink.
Green.
I can do this.
Okay.
While he's doing that, give us
will
an intro, Grace.
I'll explain. So, I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure you are, but I'm not sure if you are. So, there is a very popular podcast called Dungeons and Daddies. It's like basically part of the reason I got into D&D. I love it. It makes me so happy. And recently, I only just started season 2. Because I loved season 1 so much. And I couldn't bear to do season 2. So
Season
I
2's gonna
started-
break your heart, babe. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It's gonna rip it right out.
It's
I
good.
started listening to like the middle bit, Fetch Quest, and it is dead set the best bit of D&D I've ever listened to in my whole entire life. better than season 1 in my opinion. I wish Fetched Quest went on forever, but it didn't. It was only 3 episodes. So I wanted to bring Fetch Quest as like a one-shot little thing in between Witchlight, so that you guys still get some really cool Wild Beyond the Witchlight content with some of my favorite people in between the weeks, because we all know that the big bad is scheduling conflicts, and I have uni and people have lives. But we also love D&D, and we also love playing with each other. So I just thought this would be a fun little funky option, so that I still get my game and my serotonin, and you guys still get content.
And dopamine.
And dopamine.
Oh, I love that dopamine.
So big thanks to Dungeons and Dragons. Well, big thanks to Dungeons and Dragons, obviously, but big thanks to Dungeons and Daddies. I can't remember the name. It's really bad. I can only
So
remember.
Will is the
name.
DM for the Fetch Quest.
Thank you. I was gonna say Henry Oak.
Yeah, no, he is played by Will, but yeah, big thanks to Henry Oak and or Will for Fetch Quest.
The reason we're doing it this weekend is, of course, to thank the Dungeons and Daddies on Daddy Day, because it's Father's Day weekend this weekend, which we all knew, and that's the only reason we're doing it. So we've got legal permission to play this game and reveal all the secrets from the dads of the world.
I just hope that they don't do a Wizards of the Coast and send like a fucking mafia hitman to my door.
They're not Disney. They're not going to be out there doing that.
Well, Wizards of the Coast did that to somebody because they accidentally got their hands on like an unreleased. Haven't you not heard of this?
Listen.
Can we not talk about it on stream?
Yeah.
Because again, DMCA stuff. But also, Wizards, how dare you try to modify people's imagination? That is entirely on you, and if people stop supporting your product because of that, that's your fault.
But I completely support Wizards because I will say whatever they want for money.
Fucking sell out. You're a scab. You're a scab. The unions won't
Look
have
me
anything
up,
of you.
Wizards. Look me up. I will say unscrutable things about your company. Just a beautiful things that'll make
horrible things for me.
I will say it's the greatest product ever, and there's nothing better. I'll also say there's nothing worse. Whatever you want. It doesn't even have to make sense. I'll go on streams with a skirt on. It doesn't bother me. Just pay me the money. Actually don't care about money. I do know someone that works at Wizards though in Australia that does all the logistics and everything. Really cool guy actually. He's like my cousin's husband or something like that. But
pick your brain about that later.
Yeah, cool guy. But let's get on and Fizz.
Little aside. Also those are my dogs that you see. I'm sorry, it's flipped. I'm watching it on mods. Yep. Yes. Sorry, it's flipped.
No, like this way.
No, yep. See, like again,
it's this way.
Flipped. It's weird.
Are you dapping right now?
The dogs. Damn.
Damn it. So those are my dogs. No, you cannot. Oh my god, I did it again. I hate this. It's mucking with my dyspraxia so badly. These are my dogs. No, you can't have them. I just thought in honor of my children, we should put them up. And it was very kind of mod because now I get to stare at their fuzzy little faces. Makes me so happy.
So cute.
But yeah, I think firstly, could we bring up Safako and Father Obili's character sheets?
Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, interesting.
The faces.
I will.
You do not need to do anything. You don't need to just run it off that sheet.
Okay, you didn't mean bring it up on stream. You meant bring it up on.
Yeah, just in case you didn't have it up. Like I don't know. I think I plugged it as if you were going to make a character, but no.
That's all good.
It was a cat. It's a cat.
Just wait. Just wait.
Okay, well, my one more piece of thinking about it. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Go pee quickly before we get.
Father O'Reilly. What has been your favorite part of the campaign so far, Grace?
Oh, probably OJ.
Fair enough.
OJ.
Yeah.
That was such a on the fly 10-second like aside that I thought of,
It
and
was
I
good.
just love him. I just love him.
It was a nice little injection.
Yeah.
My favorite bit was Izuko, or the little cat, when she went into the rabbit's house and then instantly scratched to go out again and then went back in again. I thought that was very cute. I thought
That was so well done.
that was really good. I like that.
Yeah.
That tickled my fancy a lot. Because I
feel
love the
like-
way that worked with Father O'Reilly, because he literally would just sit there and open the door and then open the door. He's a very nice guy. So I can't remember if I made him neutral good or lawful good or something, but I feel like he would do that.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have to say it. Like it's a compulsion. Anytime anybody asks me what my favorite part of anything is, I was just like hanging out with you guys.
Aww.
I feel
No,
like I have to say
100%.
it. It's a compulsion.
I'm bummed that Sven hasn't put the last episode up because it was really good.
Hasn't he?
Well, he's been
How
busy.
did he
No,
not?
he's been busy.
Fair.
Stuff's going on. But like, so that wasn't me rushing. Sven, if you see this, I'm not having a go.
We love
But
you.
I just wanted to experience again because I normally record when we do stuff, but because it was going up to YouTube, I'll wait till they edit it, then I'll download it this time. And then I was like, I really want to watch some of those scenes again because they were really fun. Like after that session, I was like, best session in years. That was great fun. Like I think we all hit the. But I think my favorite line of it so far was when episode 2, I sort of got here late, logged in, and we started playing. And one of the first things Sven says is he rides in like he's sitting bare, just riding, and like the way he worded it, like his panther's name's Bear. For some reason in my head, yeah, and I thought he was saying he's riding through us naked, and I'm sitting there like this, and no one else is reacting, and I'm just like, the fuck is he naked for?
Exactly what he meant, and I could see your face, and
Oh.
I didn't quite get why you were making that face. I'm like, that is such a strange face.
Yeah, I was just like, why is he riding Bear? Why is he bareback riding on this horse?
Just to be clear, are we level 3 or level 4?
You haven't leveled up yet.
So still level 3. Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. I'm just making sure I have the right character sheet.
no,
I
you're
do.
all good.
We're up. We're all good.
Honestly, I can't even remember whether or not we leveled up.
Doesn't matter. We're doing something else this time.
I'm going up to level 6.
No.
Worth a shot.
No.
Man, shut down. Shut down.
So this sort of takes place, like in between. In the last, I don't want to spoil.
That's all right.
But Sasuke and Father O'Reilly head separately on a separate journey to Sparkle and Flint, and they sort of go to the market. This takes place heading to the guild hall.
So we've come off the crocodile, and here we are.
So we've come off the crocodile. Sasuke and Father O'Reilly are walking back from that merchant where he bought the mirror.
Yes.
For
Very exciting.
the Fae that, you know, that names escaped me, even though it's my own character. But they're heading, so this sort of takes place in that gap. So they're in the market. It's a busy, vibrant place filled with merchants selling various magical and mundane goods. Strange and unusual items are displayed everywhere. The air is filled with mixed aromas, food and spices and magical potions. Give us like some scene setting, guys.
Ooh.
Like roleplay a little bit.
Oh, as Father O'Reilly?
Yeah, why not? Like, tell me a little bit about what you're doing. What are you doing?
As we're walking through, I feel like there'd be some people playing some music. And Father O'Reilly's going to stop and go, oh, look at, they've got the little drums there. Look at the little children there. And you can just see as he's like clapping along and that, they're taking money out of the back pocket. And he's like, oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. He knows what's going on. He
I
doesn't
grab
mind.
one of the urchin's hands with my little paw and I say, you leave him alone. Understood?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I just, um,
There are better marks towards the middle of the market. They have fatter purses. Do better.
I'm sorry. And then he kind of runs away crying, like absolute like snot dripping out of his nose. Like you can tell that it's like the first time he's done this. And did not
Oh,
expect to get caught.
Well, he should have just done better. Not my fault they don't have smooth, silky paws like I do. Anyway, Father Aureli, this pipe music, it's hard on my ears. It's
well, I think we should. We'll move away from here. We don't want to hurt your little ears, and we'll. I've got my lovely mirror. I'm loving this, but we did need to meet up with the group. I believe they said they were going for a drink or something.
they were going towards the tap house, yes, but I would ask you to keep an eye on your purses behind your back, because I can't
My
always keep an eye on you.
Oh, I seem to be a little bit lighter, but there's still a few coins in there, and he's gonna take out like a few silver and that, and then throw them into the little cup for the band people. And be like, okay, and I'll actually mark that off my sheet. I'm gonna mark that off. I don't just get free money, Grace. I wouldn't do that to you. I keep a man honest. I did have 13 gold. I'm gonna drop it down. I'll. How about we say they got off with a fair bit, and I'll go down to 5 gold. How's that?
Oh, fair enough.
It's
This
too
is
good
like
for your own good, Father. Is that a priestly thing, or what is that?
Well,
You give for nothing?
let's just say, when the council comes collecting to garnish wages for my indiscretions, there won't be too much to take. But the main thing is, a lot of the people here work very hard, and it's good to give them some money to help them live, to help them survive, and to help. And he looks over, and there's someone like them get high, I guess. And he points over, and like a whole heap of people are drunk over on the side. And he's like, well, yes, sometimes,
Also, it would appear
yes,
that tax deductions apply to donations as well.
yes, apparently. I don't know if that's a thing in your world, Grace, but it is now. There's now heavy taxes in the Fey world.
honestly fair. That's completely
My witch,
legitimate.
when she was explaining how she took payments from her clients, she explained to me that there is something that she takes that is a large amount, and then that amount is split into her paying her taxes to the village, her taxes to the witch coven that she is a part of, and then the rest of it she gets to keep herself. So every money that come in always has someone's finger in that pie, and every money that go out also have someone's finger in those pies. I'm
Mhm.
trying to stop everyone else's fingers going into your pies, Father.
Well, listen, a few fingers have gone into my pie over the years, but let's just say you shouldn't say no to everything the first time, but probably the third or fourth time, not exactly. But anyways, let's come over here. There's some bullywogs over here. We need to get some pot, and he's
No,
gonna
but I
take.
am hungry. I am hungry. Can you smell that? That's someone's cooking catfish.
Oh, oh yes. And he looks around. Is there some fishing catfish stuff we can go to? Yeah, let's go. Oh, there,
I
over
don't know.
there. That's it.
I'll take you. Follow me, and she's gonna drag him off towards
I
towards the
follow.
source of the smell.
I follow. Let's go to the catfish. And I'm literally thinking catfish. Yep, it's definitely not a cat. It's a catfish.
It's a
I'm with you.
catfish. Yeah. So as you're sort of wandering over, following, like, I imagine Sasuko is like that cartoon of like Garfield, where there's like a scent in the air, and Sasuko's just floating gently upon the air, following the trail of this scent, and Father Aurelius just running like behind Sasuko. A goblin lady, sort of grabs your attention. Um, she's like, potions and lotions and kitty cat, and she sort of grabs you by the scruff
Oh my god.
of your.
No, no, it's This is Sasuke. It's not just a kitty cat. Let go. Please let go. Let
Down
go.
immediately.
She
Put,
puts you down.
put, oh, oh, and she does this whole thing of like,
Listen, you can't just grab people out of the. You could see she was floating through the air after a smell. She was going to get some food. You can't just grab someone as they're floating through the air, chasing the taste. Like, do you not know cartoon decency? If someone's going to be floating through the air towards a, you can't just grab them. That's horrible.
My apologies, sir. Look, Jibbly Wibbly's the name, potions is the game.
Yeah.
It was probably actually my potion that you were smelling. Wouldn't be surprised. Smells a little bit different to everybody. So she's
can I
going
make
to...
a perception check to see if I can, if it is the same smell?
Yes, I was
Okay,
actually
let me
going to
grab my
ask you to
dice.
do that.
Oh. And I would like to do an insight check to see if she's full of baloney.
To grab my jar of dice.
Go ahead.
I will roll on the thing. And I got an epic 3 plus 7 is 10.
That's an 11 plus 5 for a 16.
So, yes, it does actually. Sasuke, it smells exactly like the smell you were smelling. It's like bang on. And Father O'Reilly, she is being genuine. This potion actually was the smell that she was smelling.
What does it
Sasuke,
smell like to
roll
me?
To you,
If it smells different to everyone.
what would you think Father O'Reilly, like, tell me, like, a smell you think would, like, Father O'Reilly's favorite smell. It kind of reminds me of, like, this potion is like Immortina from Harry Potter, where it smells like different to everybody based on like the stuff that they like. So like for me it would be like peppermint and bubblegum, because that's my favorite smell in the whole world. Snow Fairy by Lush.
Well,
So
it's well established in the first episode that while he does also like to drink, he also has a pipe that he likes to smoke. So a bit of
It's
wacky
like good
tobacco.
strong liquor and pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
But Skin says so like seizure triggers.
It smells.
Yeah,
it smells like granddad.
So it just smells like the best mulled cigar you've ever smelled, and this really top shelf liquor. Could both of you roll me a Constitution saving throw as well?
Oh yes, I can. Constitution, it's my specialty. Plus
so for
0.
me, that's a 5 total.
That's a 19.
So Sasako is like enraptured by the smell of this potion. Like the way Bruce the Shark's eyes dilate when he smells blood.
That's good.
No, Bruce, don't lose it, Bruce. You've been doing so well. Fish are friends.
Like Father really
And
doesn't
food.
as much. Because it's like, he's like, yeah, legitimate, that's a good smell. Like, that's my favorite smell. But
Yeah.
it's not like a middle-aged white woman in dusk. Like, he's not like, Sasuke's basically got a face buried in this potion bottle. But Father O'Reilly's kind of like...
Yeah. I think Father Aureli's nice enough that when he sees she's really into it, he's also just like, yeah, it smells really
Sasuke,
good.
It's like a combination of like deep fried fish and catnip. So she's just kind of like,
cocaine in that
yeah.
So she's like, oh, we like that, do we? Well, it's actually free sample day. So you can actually
free samples.
this one. So she passes you over the potion bottle, Sasuke. Because you failed the Constitution saving throw, this next throw is going to be at a disadvantage. Just keep that in mind. Father O'Reilly, she's going to hand. So she sort of goes under the counter, and grabs like another of the exact same potion, and hands it to you. You're welcome to roll like an insight again, since the potion didn't affect you as much, because like who the fuck just gives out free samples?
Just a 15 insight.
A 15. Is it sketchy? Yes. But it also did smell really good.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, I can see Sasuke's into it. And I'm like, oh, okay. It doesn't quite smell like fish.
She's
It
like
kind of smells.
purring super hard, and
It
her
smells
tail's
like.
flat out, and her ears have gone back, and her eyes are real big. Like, you know when a cat's like super into something?
Yeah.
How they're just like, oh yeah, give me some of that.
Like if you
That's
do
kind
the
of what
laser
she's at
pointer,
right
but then
now.
you turn it off and it sits there expectantly waiting.
Like,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
So, just a quick one. When she said she gave you the potion, straight after she said that, Liquorwitch, you picked up your glass and drank it. Was that you drinking it in the game and that was for our benefit? Or was that
No, that was
just...
me drinking it out of character as a human
Okay.
being.
Well, this is me drinking mine in-game.
Oh my god, he froze.
Yeah.
So
I froze,
Jen-
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you froze just as you said, oh, it all caught up all at once.
Okay,
I love
ready?
when that happens. Go.
Okay.
Does
Mm.
Sasuke take a swig?
Sasuko has already got her entire have you guys ever seen that meme of like the cat with its head inside the glass?
Yeah.
Literally.
It's that. It's that. So what do you want me to roll for this? I'm aware I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah. So as you guys, so like you've drunk it, you've said your goodbyes. Ghibli Wibbly gives you like a little bit of a wave, and you're sort of on your way to the guild hall. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so my first roll's a 19, but I'm rolling at disadvantage. So
Yes.
the second one's a nat 20. Grace, I'm gonna take my card
Nice,
right now. That is a
nice.
nat 20 right there. So everything is the 19 plus, I believe, 19 plus 3, so a 22.
Jesus Christ.
And I got a 10.
You got a 10? So instantly something feels a little weird with Father O'Wheelie. Like it's like this comforting, it's sort of like a weighted blanket feeling comes over you. Like you just feel hugged, embraced, like furry almost.
Oh. Like wrapped in a
fluffy.
warm, weighted blanket. I'm liking
Yeah,
this.
pretty much. I think it's because Father O'Reilly drank it first that sort of Sasuko and Father O'Reilly just walking, having a conversation, all of a sudden, bang, just Father O'Reilly collapses to the ground.
Father! Father! Father, are you alright? Wake up! Look for me!
Oh. Clear my browser history.
And sort of in the blink of an eye, bones crunch, flesh like tears. There is just this fluffy, giant Samoyed dog in Father O'Reilly's face.
Ah.
You smell like dog. Oh.
But he is just out to the world.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all good. He is just dead to the world. As you watch this happen, your limbs begin extending. So Sasako, naturally very short, her limbs just start stretching, and she gets taller and taller and taller until she just
And her snout just elongates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she pops on her all fours and is a borzoi.
Oh.
Because you succeeded your Constitution saving throw, you are not asleep. You are just a dog.
Can I roll a wisdom saving throw to not be overwhelmed by the current assault on my senses of the smells and things that would be in this place?
Yes.
Okay.
I roll at a disadvantage because you're a cat.
Okay, first roll the 13.
Is that fair?
Second roll is also a 13. Yeah,
Okay.
so 2 13s in a row, plus my wisdom is a plus 3. So 2 16s in a row.
Nice.
That's actually really good. You're
Solid.
able to hold yourself together from the onslaught of just the cat that like every smell you could see, it's just all so in your face. Particularly pungent is a smell that you would normally like rapture in. This fishy, oceany, furry smell is coming towards you.
Oh.
standing in front of you is this 7-foot tall otter humanoid. It's grey coloured, covered in like these dark blue tribal tattoos, and it's got this long trident on its back. And he's like, "Oi, you're supposed to be asleep, governor." Oh, that's not good.
What do you mean I'm supposed to be asleep? Why are you trying to get me to go to sleep? I will bite you, I will claw you, I will scratch you. And she tries to like arch up in the same way that a cat would, but she's a dog. So like none of that happens.
Oh,
She's just sort of there growling with a long borzoi face, that big long the eyes looking out like
she is gonna roll me a acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics. He is going to roll a dex throw, a dexterity throw, to see if
Love
he
it.
can grab you.
So I
with
rolled a
his
3
mitts.
plus a
Oh,
1, so that's a 4.
You know, I'm actually going to. I'm gonna roll still because I feel like it would crit fish and it would be funny if I got a 20. Are you gonna roll? Oh, I also got a 4. But I have. Oh no, it's a flat 4. Considering you got a 1, I'm gonna say.
No, I rolled a 3 plus
Okay.
1.
So your dex
Is a
is
3.
actually higher than mine, so that means you pass.
Yeah,
Yay!
row, bark, bark. I do that thing, paw, and then sort of dance out of the way.
So the the Ottoman sort of clumsily fumbles towards you and does one of those henchmen goon things where he's like, and completely misses you. And you manage to, I would say, in the Borzoi way, your body is unnaturally bendy and fluid, similar to that of a cat, but more structured in its fluidity, if
It
that
is
makes
longer.
sense.
Yeah.
It's just like the snoot is an anchor point, and it literally just like
Oh,
flumps you out of the arms. Like they hold their entire body weight in their snoots, those dogs. So he just kind of flops out of his arms. I'll see if I can send you the image on Discord mod of this character.
oh, okay, cool.
So that you have these two characters. But
Why did you pick the least flattering picture of a borzoi you could
Borzoi, I was
Because
find?
you said the long nose,
Russian
and
lady.
I just want to be my little Russian lady. Let me find you a better picture of a fucking borzoi
I'm
because that's
doing-
embarrassing. I want that to be like.
I'm an old man doing new tricks. I'm an old dog doing new tricks. I'm learning, but yeah, send it to me. I'll throw it up.
Let me see.
Did you like the cat in the jar though?
I did like the cat in the jar. That was
The
great.
cat in the jar was very good. Let me see. Oh, here, I sent it to our group chat. They're the only 2 pictures I have for this campaign. So, enjoy. And
Oh,
thank you to the random artist whose pictures I found on Pinterest. Much love. But yeah, so this otter sort of like goes to like, you know, grab you, and the borzoi's just anchored nose, just kind of whoop, and you land on your back, like feet up in the air, structured, like, oh. He's gonna roll me another Constitution thing though. See if like you're feeling EB. Has the melatonin kicked in?
I have rolled a 2 plus a 3, so that's a 5.
Watch
Every
me roll
other
a
roll
5.
aside from con, I'm doing so good on right now.
Watch me roll a 5. Now that we've talked about Dungeons and Daddies, I feel like we're cursed. Oh, I got a 2. Like there's just this in the second season, like Freddy just keeps rolling ones, like ones
Yeah.
and 11s, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, now that we've talked about it, I'm cursed.
yeah.
When you do D&D Beyond, and okay, you do not feel EB. Oh, actually, no, you do. I got confused.
I am
you
EB, but I'm also mad.
You are
I'm EB and mad.
You are very EB. But the otter, because he's so big, thank you, Mod, because he's so chongus, he cannot grab you. And he does not have dexterous hands. Like, it's not like a tabaxi where his hands are like.
He's got
formed.
flippers with claws. He's got like seal hands.
Exactly. He just cannot get a grasp around this like fluff noodle, and he's like, I don't.
Yeah, Mod, if you look at the photo I just sent you, that's how my borzoi looks.
Excellent.
I sent. Hang on, I'll send it to you, Grace, as well.
No, I
It's
got it.
just, I have seen it. It's like he just cannot, and he's like, oh, flippity jibbity isn't going to like this much. I don't. And sort of in your asleep state, you can feel as he just grabs
I struggle weakly.
you like
Oh.
a catch, like a foot. So like holding just.
And I gotta like bite him and claw him the same way I would as I would a cat. And I'm like, why are my claws so blunt? Why are my legs so long?
He pats you and he's like, "Dare, little noodle dog."
No.
Dare. And by pat, it's not so much of a pat; it's more of just dead set fucking whacking you. He's like, "Dare, noodle dog."
Aw.
Dare. Like he's fucking punting you. It's painful as fuck. And then he picks up Father O'Reilly by like he sort of goes to grab Father O'Reilly. And he's like, too much fluff, not enough body to grab. So he just grabs the Samoyed by its curly little tail.
Aw.
Between this Borzoi and this Samoyed by their tails and sort of flings them over his back, which is just psychic damage as a dog owner. I'm thinking about holding my pugs by the tail. It's like hurting me. It's hurting my soul. It is carrying them off to wherever he's going, and he's humming like his little, I've got 2 doggies. It's a doggy good time. Master's not gonna like that they're doggies because they're not really exotic enough, but she'll figure out what to do with them. And everything is obviously black at this point.
I'm fading
Fair
into
enough.
existence as being a dog, and Sasuke is super mad about it.
When you will do, roll me a d4, both of you.
Oh yes, I love D4s. All right,
Liquorwitch
let's
is
do this.
currently searching for her dice.
The jerk dice.
D4, go team.
D4, no, nothing in the first handful. Oh wait, no, I do have D4.
2.
2.
And the number of the
One.
counting shall be
1.
2.
So that actually makes a lot of sense. Sasuke wakes up first. It is dark. That's the first thing she notices. She's not a cat anymore, so she doesn't have dark vision. You wake up in this metal cage. The floor is metal. Like you almost wake up in the back of the cage, kind of, so you can't see the bars. In like panic, you turn around and there's these big bars on the cage. This cage, I'd say, is not big enough for a borzoi. It's kind of like they ran out of borzoi-sized cages and decided to put you in like
Oh no.
a Rottweiler-sized cage. So it's like
I'm kind of
too
like contorted.
small. Literally. I don't know if you've seen Madagascar, but
Yeah.
it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Just like melmaning. I love that. In the little box.
So there's like my shoulders touching the top,
Yeah,
and my legs touching the bottom. I'll crouch down, my head's like this.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're like fully melmaned into this dog cage.
And I go to try and scratch at the floor, scratch at the door, and I realize I don't have any claws anymore.
Yeah, instead of like this serrated grating noise that you'd expect from like these sharpened talons, you get this blunt.
Sasuke was
kind
like,
of
have
noise.
I been declawed? She's having like a full-on moment, like, do my hands feel okay?
After this, Father O'Reilly wakes up. From
You can
my
hear just
experience-
you can hear it like a faint whining and scratching, just like.
Oh, it sounds
I
like
don't have any claws anymore. I can't
Oh, it sounds like there's let me just head over to this. Can we see each other?
So Satsuko is on the top, so it's like stacked almost.
Okay, yeah.
So Satsuko is like here, and you are like here.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, little one. I'll get you out in a jiffy. I'll just oh, I'm in something. Hang on a second.
Taking in your surroundings, Father O'Reilly, you are actually sharing your cage with, to your surprise, what looks to be an owlbear cub that is awake and is looking at you intently.
Oh, that looks to be." And I'm gonna take in my surroundings because I don't think I've worked out I'm a dog yet. This is a small cage, and there is a what seems to be a dog, and I'm like, and I look over and I'm like, I'm gonna stare at the owlbear cub, and I say, "Are you friendly?" And then go, "Woof, woof, woof."
So, to your surprise, where you normally have to cast like speak with animals, for example, this owlbear just kind of looks at you and is like, "Is your food?
Was that is you food?
Is your food?"
No, no. Then I am not food. I am father. Father.
But 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 Flipper said use food.
He is not you creature. You're gonna see the smashing and banging from Sasuke and her big balls on her body in the cage's above. She's like throwing herself and her shoulders at the cage. He has not fooled you, creature. He is my friend, and if you hurt him, I will kill you. I will bite at your throat, and I will claw at your fingers, and I will rip out your feathers and bite you on your face. And she's trying to hiss, but it's just giving this really awful coughing dog noise,
like a dog vomiting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
Oh, Sasuke. That. Okay, so we both appear to be some sort of dog, and I'm gonna turn to the owlbear and say, by any chance, were you a person?
As you say that, you hear like a heinous laugh, and you turn around, and in the cage directly across from you is this fucking massive hyena. And he looks at you and says, "Oh, don't even try it, mate. He was like 4 when he got turned, so you can't get nothing out of him."
All right. Are you flippers?
Do I look like I've got flippers?
I would like to look around. Well, I don't know. Do I look like a father? Really?
No, you look like cotton ball.
Oh yes.
You look like a giant cotton ball.
Let's just have.
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. And as you guys are hearing this ramping up, you're hearing like Sasuke bashing against the round of her cage, like scratching at the bottom and just like throwing her shoulder into the door of the cage.
I like your plan. But first, I think I'm gonna point at the owlbear and say we might be able to get out and get food if we work together. But first, we have to find out where Flippers is. And I'm gonna look around the room for someone with flippers potentially.
So
is there a seal somewhere in the room?
As you sort of like, oh my god, I completely lost my train of thought. So Jackal sort of says, here comes the big oaf now. And you smell that smell that you smelled before, Sasuke, that wet, fishy, sweaty smell. And Father O'Reilly, it like bitch slaps you across the face. and sort of with a flump, flump, walks in Flipper. And he's like, "Oh, the doggies have awoken. How are you feeling, doggy? And he puts his hand in the cage, Sasuke, and sort of scratches your head.
I'm going to let him do it for a couple of seconds to make him feel comfortable.
I like that
Yeah.
plan.
And then I want to bite his finger after he feels comfortable enough to reach his whole hand in.
Let me roll a dex check, which has been going so fucking well for me. Thanks for asking. It's been going horrible. I roll a 20. So he senses, like, with his, like, I don't know, he just
So like in my head, Sasuke is like seeing him coming in. She's cowering against the back of her cage, so like her back end is close to the cage, like front. So she's letting him in, reach his hand and give her a bit of a scratch for a second. And she lunges towards his hand and he dodges out of the way.
So he grabs you by the snoot
Oh,
with this. So he has his flippers fully around your snoot. And he's like, "Oh, kisses for the doggy. Gauze gives kisses to doggy." And he pulls your snoot through the bars and gives you a big wet otter kiss. He's like, like that thing otters do where they nuzzle each other by their noses as like a form of greeting. And he's like, "Good doggy. And then sort of instead of like bending over to check on you, Father O'Billy, he literally just pivots his body, like flops, and has a look, and he's like, "Oh, Padus has not eaten his doggy. How sad. I can eat the doggy if Padus does not want doggy.
no, I think Puddles is happy with doggy. He just needs some time, I think. We were going to say grace together first.
He's okay. I can eat doggy. And Jackal sort of, which you know to be the hyena, stands up from his cage and he's like, "Mate, when you gonna let me out? I'm getting a bit tired of this." And Gauze turns around and is like, "Oh, funny doggy that laughs is funny." Um, and Jackal turns back to the edge of his cave. You can tell he has been there for a while.
Yeah.
And that's when you hear a pipe up from the sort of cage that's like directly diagonal to you, Sasuke. And it's just this Maine Coon cat that looks like she's wearing the furs of her enemies. You know, those really fluffy ones.
The full on like rough around the neck, all up the ears, everything like that. Like full on like
literally. And she's like, "Oh, don't even waste your breath, Jackal. We both know we'll be here forever. We're hardly the most interesting animals those idiots have captured." And Gauze is like, "I come back after 5 minutes of my walkies, because that is what Ghibli Wibbly tells me to do. The rounds. But I probably should not have told you that. But that's okay, because you can't get out of your cages, doggies." And then he flips, like you hear that as his flippers sort of like make contact with the concrete, and he walks outside. And Mira just kind of lies back on the floor of her cage, and Sasuke, you're almost jealous as you see her like
I'm so jealous.
delicately grooming herself, like
Oh,
licking at
So
her
Sasuke like
paws,
puts her big old eye and her snoot to the side of the cage. She looks over at me and she says, "You are a Maine Coon. You are beautiful."
Well, technically, I was a princess. Well, I was a princess and then I was a wizard, but that's totally fine. I'm here now because I made a stupid decision, and this is what I deserve. So thusly, I'm stuck here.
I was a cat and now I am a dog.
That's not how this normally... Do you mean you were a tabaxi?
Yes,
Okay,
mostly a cat.
that makes less sense. But rightio. What about your story, Fluffy Cotton thing?
Well, my story is that I was a man, and I'm like a halfling, if we must go there, but a man, and I would like to be a man again. But I think, Sasuke, I believe it may have something to do with that potion we drank. I think it must have. By Princess, is there any chance you imbibed a potion or a drink that made you the way you are?
Ah, yes. I remember it well.
Or a
The smell
goblin?
of lavender and shoe polish. And then I was this. The most disgusting and terrible creature I could possibly think of.
What-
Sasuke's visibly taking psychic damage.
As soon as that is said, I'm like, Sasuke, it's okay. We'll get you back, and we'll get you back, and we'll find your master. But
How could she not find joy in the most beauteous form that there is to have? You have the beautiful fur.
no,
You
she
have the
she
big
didn't.
sparkling
No,
eyes. You
she
have
didn't
the
mean
beautiful
it.
fluffy
She
tail
didn't
and the
mean
sharp
it.
claws to punish your enemies. How could
It's
she not see how beautiful
she
we
doesn't
are?
realize how good she's got it. Can you please not do that? Like you don't have. You just heard what she
Sorry,
said.
I'm too big for this cage. It hurts my elbows and my head is mashed against the outside.
And I'll say, okay,
Jacko, you have been here for a long time, yes?
Yes. Your
What were
point.
you, what were you before?
Well, before I was a rogue, that caught stealing from Ghibli Wibbly. And unfortunately, the smell of furniture polish was too much for me to resist. And thusly, I am here, suffering like you. Except nobody wants to buy a hyena. So I have been here. And I will continue
would.
to be here.
I would. You have fantastic big shoulders. You're very strong.
Go and fuck yourself. And then he turns back around and
well,
sort
well,
of shoves his snoot into the corner of the cage.
I'm going to just
I don't
quickly
think they're
talk to the.
compliment. I don't understand.
I'm going to quickly talk to the owlbear. I say, listen, I can see that the door, like we've got a little bit of room on this side, and we've got room on that side, and we've got the fall to the floor, but the door is currently on this side here. So, like, do you know where they keep the food? Like you said, you wanted food. I think I heard Flippers say they kept food in this cup. Is it this cupboard here? Over there? They've got food?
No, Paddles already checked that cupboard.
Because
Paddles can squeeze through bars, because Paddles is like wood, but not like wood. Paddles is like this big, but has feathers.
Oh, and can I look around for puddles?
Paddles is the
Those
owlbear.
is the owlbear.
The owlbear can squeeze through the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
he has a bird bones and a bare body, but he can squeeze through these small gaps.
So like,
well.
I'm not sure if you've seen birds, but they're skinny as fuck. It's
Yeah.
the feathers that give them the girth. So much like that, it's like a bear but a bird.
I love
so
it.
he could
I
be
love
more
it. I'm
squeezed.
on. Well, so you can get out of the cage. Are you able to open the cage from the outside?
Puddles could try. Puddles could try that, but Puddles doesn't like gores. Puddles finds gores scary.
Puddles, if you open our cages, we can stop Puddles. The other guy, the big tall flappy one, we can stop him from coming in and ruining your fun.
Oh, could we get ice cream afterwards?
Of course, we can get ice cream afterwards,
I
Puddles, but you
think
have to
we'll
let
all
us out
get
of the
ice cream.
cages.
But I was just thinking, our friend over here said he was a rogue. By any chance, do you have any loose teeth or something you've been sharpening to get ready to try and pick these locks or to open the cages? Mr. Rogue, Master Rogue, you've come up with a plan?
Jackal sort of turns around from the cage and he's like, "Nah, mate, the only one with claws sharp enough to do. Trust me, I've been here. I've been here. We've all done this. The only one with claws sharp enough to do that happens to be Miss Little Prissy Priss up there. But she happens to like her cozy little spot here better than the palace, apparently. So she doesn't want to leave." And then he sort of glares up at Mira, who just sort of continues grooming herself. She's like, "Oh, well, it is better than the palace, and see, I would, but I don't want to break a nail, because." And she just kind of continues like
Well,
grooming.
I understand. However, how long have you been a cat?
Oh, a few months now.
Oh, a few months.
definitely-
Oh,
Mm.
oh my gosh. And I'm gonna try and get Sasuke's attention. I'll be like, Sasuke, what's that? What's that horrible thing that happens to cats after a few months? Every couple months, that horrible thing that happens with the skin peeling off and the pain, and the nails coming out of their eyes and
Oh, the one where you
the
shed all of your
the
fingernails
shed.
all at once,
Oh my god,
and
yes.
you lose all of your whiskers,
You
and you
lose your
can't find your way
whiskers.
around,
I
and you
think
shed all of your fur, and you think you're licking, and you're licking, and you're grooming, you're doing the best thing in the world, but before you know it, that thing comes across the back of your throat. It tickles you every time
oh
you try to
no.
breathe.
Don't talk about it. It's so horrible.
And the more you groom, the worse it gets.
I
And
think
that
it's
feeling
called.
builds up
Oh
and
no.
builds up
Don't tell
and
her.
builds up, and
She
before you
can't
know it, it
handle
has
it.
nowhere to go but outside.
My
And then you
god.
have the dreaded hairball.
No, you don't want to looking forward to the horrors of that. Oh my gosh. The
She's gonna roll.
Lixowickematosis.
She's gonna roll a wisdom save with disadvantage, because she knows nothing about cats. It is a 10, and I'm gonna say with that performance, that's enough for her to completely believe you.
Yay!
The horror, and she picks. So she like sort of the way cats do, just slinks her way out of the cage. So she could actually get out of the cage the entire time. So
Oh
she
my
literally
god.
just drops to the floor.
Listen,
she's like-
if we ever get into the animal business and caging, we're getting better cages. This is absolutely ridiculous. 50% of the animals
And
can
not
just
to
walk
cage
out.
animals if it is all the same to you, Father.
Well,
Ultimately.
no,
It is
I'm
a
just saying
possibility.
efficiently. Like, listen, no, I'm with you. Let's get on task. Okay, I'm with you. So she's opening the cages, is she? Because we need to.
So Rogue is kind of gonna guide her. I'll just roll for this. So Rogue is kind of gonna try to explain to her how to open the cage. He got a 4, so she sort of tried. Now she's gonna roll that with a disadvantage because he didn't do a very good job explaining it. Surprisingly, so he does a terrible job of explaining. He's like not into this at all. He's like, "Oh, you just move it until you hear the click, and then if you've heard it, then you go back." She rolled 2 20s.
What?
So she just genuinely just jams it
What?
open. So she shoves her finger in, and it just pops open.
Oh, I love
And
that.
she's like,
Did she do a
"What
Will
is this?"
Turner and like instead of doing the lock, she gets the chair and puts it on and kinks it, and the whole cage door lifts off?
Pretty much.
She goes, "It's a half barrel hinge. It just pulls off."
I made these locks myself.
Yeah.
I made these doors myself. It just pops straight off. She's like, "You're welcome, darling. It's all in the wrist." And then she slinks over to Father O'Reilly's and Puddle's cage and quickly unlocks it. And then she climbs her way up to the Borzoi and unlocks your cage as well.
Oh, thank you.
Does the bullseye just
Thank
fall
you.
out because of the?
He just flops out of the ground.
It's just
It's kind
boom.
of like something being birthed. And she sort of like scrambles all her legs up and everything, and she's like, "I am so much bigger than I used to be."
But there's no noise because
No.
as she falls out, just before she falls out, Father O'Reilly stepped out of his cage and went, "Oh, it feels so good to be out on the."
early. So the beautiful big bullseye's fall is caught by this fluffy pillow
Just
of
a
hair.
beautiful pillow. Yeah.
Just compresses.
She's
like,
just
you
like
don't even feel
unfolds
anything.
herself like some sort of eldritch being out of this cloudy form of the Pomeranian. Sorry, not Pomeranian.
Samoyed.
Samoyed underneath her.
So
Kind of like a Pomeranian.
I've got I've got 2 Japanese spits upstairs. So they're exactly like
Mm.
Samoyeds. They're just smaller. Same family. And you can literally put your feet up on them. Like they're the cutest little puffballs pillows. But yeah, Samoyed would be so much the same.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the boys was just like unfolding her like eldritchly long limbs, just sort of putting them down and being like, oh, I'm so much taller than I wanted to be. Oh, I want to be a cat again.
Well, I think
don't
this
like it.
it's gonna be, and I had to give it like the dog pat, and I
the
say
nuzzle.
it's okay. Just think, once you get back to being a cat, you'll appreciate it that much more.
I already appreciated it. I didn't want to
It's
be anything
going to be like
else.
a whole new lease on life. I know you're such a happy person, but you're going to be the happiest cat that's ever been, and we're going to find your master. And then you can tell her this story, and she'll say, oh, what you should have done is this. And she can tell us all. It'll be great. We'll have coffee and tea and everything. But
and ginger biscuits.
and ginger biscuits, and also
Okay.
I quickly look up at the clock that I've been monitoring since he said he takes 5-minute things, and it's been 1:45.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there?
Should we roll? Should we roll? See how.
Damn
mean,
it!
there's
I
no
thought I got
redeemable
away with it.
Dang it, damn it.
Let's roll.
I shouldn't have said anything more.
Let's roll d6 to see how long it's
D6?
been. On a 6, he's literally in the room with you.
I got a 4.
Okay, so
Nice.
it's been about 4 minutes. So you've got about a minute before he comes back in the room.
Jekyll, you've been here the longest. How do which way is the best way out?
Well, I'm a dog mate, so
Well, no, actually, you're a hyena, which is closer to cat things or more foxing than anything else. But you know, we'll go with that.
he snaps at you like the way
Ah!
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna while they're thinking of what to do, I want to go up and get like a broom or something, and like with my teeth, and go and sort of jam it. You know the old medieval bars across the door? I want to do one of those, and if there's a key or a lock, I want to try and do that.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of paw,
Sleight of
I believe you
paw.
mean. Yes,
Sleight of
yes, we're all over
There
it.
you go.
Can we have an advantage because we both were thinking on the same joke?
Yes.
That's
why
all right.
don't
I've
you
only got a
have an
+2,
advantage
so
for
I'm
that?
not. No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
yeah, be right
Seriously,
back.
that's pretty good.
I don't need an advantage. I'm just kidding. But I will roll.
You may have inspiration.
I will take the inspiration.
Inspiration, petspiration.
Oh, I like that.
You can have a treat.
Oh, I can have a treat. That's so good.
You can have a treat.
Oh, that's so good. It's like a bless.
Yep. You can have a treat.
I like that a lot. So I jammed the broom across the slats, and I turned the key with my paw really awkwardly. And then I'm going to go, all right, well, we can pause a bit while she's doing that. Because I'm going to do something while she's off doing that and cleaning out a litter box. I'm going to try something. I would like to try one of my spells.
Liquorwitch, you may have a treat, which is an inspiration. You may have a treat.
Great. Okay, what did I get the treat for? I wasn't here.
Part of the joke that you made. You made
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, you may have
Thank
a
you.
treat. We've decided that's the word for inspiration.
Instead of an inspiration, we get a treat. But I'm just looking for something because I have spells. So here we go. Verbal somatic. Okay, I'm going to try and cast guidance on my good friend Sasuke So I'm going to talk and
Mhm.
say, listen, we need to work out, um, we need to work out how to not be animals. So we need to see if you could smell that, like a potion or something, because we need to get out of this room and work out why we are the way we are and whatever. And I'm going to cast guidance, and to do that, somatic and verbal. So it's woof.
And she hears it and goes boof in response. The woof boof exchange.
Yes, woof boof. Woof boof. Now, try and do a perception check to see if you can smell like the potion again or
I'm not
something.
necessarily. I don't want to necessarily smell the potion. I'm going to see if I can smell fresh air or the way out.
Fresh air, that's good. I like that. I like that a
Yeah.
lot. Very
That's
smart.
smart.
Because everyone's down here having been in these dank fucking cages for ages, dealing with this otter guy who, despite being very simple and just doing his job, is also doing his job for a bad person. So you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna lift up my big borzoi snoot,
Oz.
which, as we all know, is a fantastic hunting tool, and I'm gonna roll to see if we can spot where that fresh air is coming from and head that way.
Let's. Oh, this is a good one. I reckon roll.
Okay, so before you say give me advantage, I rolled a 19.
Okay, so fuck the.
So for my perception, that already gives me a 24 plus the guidance, which is a D4 on top of that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I need advantage for that one.
You smell the smelly smell of the market outside, so you know you're actually very close. But in between that, you sort of smell a lot of dirt, which gives you the vibe that you're underground with a roll like that. You smell carpeting, and you also smell a lot of human. Like a whole bunch of human, whole bunch of elf, maybe a little bit of tiefling. You smell some gnomes, some dwarf, a couple halflings. That seem sort of like 2 or 3 rooms away from you. You also smell a bunch of paper, and like, oh, what's some other things dog can smell? Like stuff like that. Like seriously, it's almost like a bat getting echolocation.
Massive sensory overload for smells. Okay, I
Um,
want to
so-
relay to the other animals in the room with me. So that goes for Jackal, for Mira, for O'Reilly, and everything like that. I want to explain to them, like, I can smell the way to outside, but we have to go through these ways.
Yeah.
But
But-
Sasuko, being a cat, first and foremost, wants to go to where the paper is so she can piss all over it and fuck it up real bad and then leave.
I wonder if you would feel comfortable interpreting the info. So, like, if you want to roll to interpret the information, because it's a sensory overload. So, like, would you feel like you want to sort of roll a wisdom?
Okay.
to
So
see-
yes, but there's a couple of things I want to make clear to the other folks first before I roll
Yeah.
this. So the ones that the first two things I want to make clear to everyone is I can smell the way to outside.
Yes.
We're underground, but I can smell the way to outside. The second thing I want to communicate to everyone else is there are people between us and outside. But everything else, I'm happy to roll for.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's genuinely.
And one thing I wanted to know is when she rolls this next roll, does she get to roll an extra D4 from the guidance, or does the spell not work?
No, she can still roll an extra G4 for the guidance.
okay.
We're going to say that it lasts a little bit longer. This is more just to see if you can. So, like, you got a lot of smells. Can you use that smell to essentially get an echolocation picture of, like, a picture perfect?
Okay. So I rolled a 7. I don't know what modifiers you want me to add to that. I don't know exactly what I'm rolling for here. So it's a 7
I would
plus.
wisdom.
So it's a 10 total if I add wisdom to it for the saving throw.
That's enough. So it's not enough to get like almost like a bat would, like sound bouncing off, so you get like a perfect image.
Like a perfect idea of where everything is. It's more
Yeah.
just like, I've got all the smells coming at me. I can tell you 2 things for sure. Everything else is kind of like there.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you get like the basic layout where it's kind of like a rectangle, which sort of is the cages. It sort of loops around almost like a dog racing course.
Yep.
And then off to the side is this massive room. you can sort of tell that it's small enough size it'd be like a cupboard, and then it leads out to this absolutely massively spacious room. And from there, you think that there is a room that's small enough that it could be a staircase. If that
Okay.
makes any sense.
Yep, it does. I pass that along to the rest of the animals near me. And I'm kind of like doing that big balls voice.
Yeah, it's like,
And the other thing is, so that's perfect. That's great. So the spell works. I did get to weave some bard magic as a dog. I love that. Okay, cool.
so yeah, actually, for the record, all your spells and everything remain the same. So you actually still have casting power.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Now, I didn't know Grace was going to say that. The reason I was doing that was, okay, I did a verbal somatic one as a cantrip, so that now I know I can do crazy damage spells,
So I
which
can
are
do bark
verbal
and buff.
yeah, that's
Literally,
awesome. Very
as long
cool.
as you flavor it, we'll call it. But you have to flavor it interestingly, otherwise I'm gonna say that the spell doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
give
all
us
right.
dog spells.
Don't worry, Grace. I won't try. Like, I'll try and abuse it. You just say no if you don't want it to happen that way.
No, fair
That's
enough,
fine. Yeah,
honestly.
always,
I'm
always.
a very, very patient DM.
I'm a schemer, though. I love to scheme.
She is a kind of benevolent god.
Yes, 100%.
So you hear the sound of Gauze's flippers flappering on the floor, and you hear his tune that he's singing. It's kind of just like, oh, the auction's happening today. All the people gonna get the pets, and Gauze get to keep the long noodle dog, because Gauze is the best little goon.
It's just catchy song.
Everybody, back in your cages. Just shut the doors. Pretend we've been locked in the whole time. Especially you, Puddle.
So Puddles is gonna roll a wisdom, to see if he remembers where his cage is, because he's stupid and he's just he's not
He's
stupid.
just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Everybody else manages to make it into their cage perfectly fine. Like Mira, jumps on the back of Jackal to get up into her cage.
Nice.
Setsuko sort of has a little bit of trouble contorting herself back into her cage. Just in the middle of it's sort of like a game of hide and seek where the person doesn't quite find their hiding spot in time. Puddles is just sitting in the middle of the room, staring up at Gauze. I'm gonna roll a wisdom.
I do want to ask a quick question. I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt here.
No.
But with the broom blocking the door and the key turned, I think he's gonna know we got out of the cages.
I didn't think about that.
Sorry, I literally, I'm just like, I forgot that I did that.
I did straight up forget that you did that also.
I also forgot. Gauze is a very simple idiot. So just I'm going to roll a intelligence saving throw to see if he remembered whether or not he locked the door.
Nice.
On his way around, because he actually has a -4 to intelligence.
I like that.
He's a dumbass. Oh, and he rolled a nat 1.
That'll do it.
So he rolls a -4. So legit does not even ponder on it. He's just like, oh yeah, I locked the door. Gauze locked door. Gauze go back to auction room. And Gauze just kind of stumbles back, singing his song about how his master said he could keep the borzoi.
Sasuke's cringing as she hears this. She's like,
So,
I am not a dog.
no,
I am a small, brown,
you're
and
beautiful.
black and white cat.
Absolutely.
Really,
So,
I am just having a nightmare of things, Father. Am I going to get my claws back one day? Please tell me I will.
You 100% will. You're going to be back in your beautiful cat sleep. Most beautiful cat, and we'll find your master. All we need to do is work out.
We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. Okay, everybody. Hide and seek gone. We're not hiding anymore.
No more hiding.
No more hiding.
No more hiding. Puddles no hide.
Puddles no hide.
Puddles no hide.
Puddles, you come with me, okay? We keep each other safe, all right? If I bite someone, you also bite someone.
Friend and
Friend.
Puddles literally just jumps on top of you.
I go,
So you've got the strength of a baby owlbear cub just like literally fucking crushing you.
Oh.
And then he's like, friends.
I go, okay, yes, Puddles, friend, but you are a very strong young owlbear, and you are hurting my legs. Could you walk next to me instead? We'll be friends together, not one friend on top of another friend. Okay.
And Puddles just jumps off of you. And Jackal's just like, yep, that is just absolutely classic. This is gonna go awesome. I'm so excited.
Listen,
for
I'm
this.
actually.
Jackal, buddy, he's a kid. You have to be nice to him. He's only a baby.
I just wanted to say how proud I am of you. You're making so many friends lately, Sasuke. You made friends in the shop before. Now we're making friends again. Honestly, it's really good to see. I'm so happy
I don't
for
need
you.
to hear that from you. You are a bard. You make friends as easily as
I
the sun rises
am
every day.
I am a cleric. I am a cleric of the cloth.
Well, if it
Uh-huh.
makes any of you feel better, I hate all of you. And then Jackal sort of starts continuing
Well-
off in the direction that Sasko indicated was the way up.
So is the way out through the locked door?
No, so
The other
it
side.
seems like there's
Okay.
like, as I said, it's kind of like a horse racing track. This whole massive
Yeah.
hallway.
No, I was just making
Um,
sure. That's the.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So there's two ways we can play this. We can play this the sneaky way, and then when shit goes wrong, leg it, or we could just leg it from the get-go and just run.
I'm thinking like it from the get-go, but to be fair, Puddle, I don't want to leave Puddles here by himself. If we can get him out safely, we should do that.
Well, the thing
Also,
is,
Mira, you are not being the kind of cat that you are born to be. By the way, you're out here just languishing away in a dungeon. Do you understand the beauty of being a cat on a sunny windowsill?
she is just literally curled up on the floor of the dungeon. Like the way cats do when they're super comfy with their belly up to the sky. Just
There's
pale,
something
like,
deeply, deeply wrong with you, lady. Because if you have not been a cat in a sunbeam, you haven't lived. I was a cat before I was this. You were out here rolling around on showing your belly to all of these peons for free in this place. Not even in a sunbeam.
not even getting
this
paid
is
for it.
my sunbeam. And she's sort of like, she's having the time of her life. Like a stale water drop drops from the roof, and she just like, she's like literally having her best life. She's so happy right now. She's like, but I suppose if I must leave, then I can.
Yes,
And she
you
sort of
must.
Yes.
lazily gets up and starts.
Mira, I promise you, the
wandering.
moment we get outside, the first sunbeam you find, you can lie down in for a couple of minutes, and then you will understand the beauty of being a cat not in captivity.
She just kind of groans.
And
You're grown
and
now. You're grown now. But if you are a cat as beautiful as you out on the street, people will just give you treats. They give you food. They give you pets. They give you attention. They leave you alone when you're lounging on your favorite sunspot. You are living a half life down here. A
And-
beautiful cat like this, wasted in this dungeon and amongst the mold
Why-
and the droplets coming from the
while
ceiling.
while
There's
I complete
something wrong with you.
while I completely agree, I'm just quietly. While I completely agree with you. Remember, we're trying to convince her we need to go, and she's going to help us, and then you can convince her once we're out, and she'll feel the
I
sun.
won't have to do much convincing when she's out there in the
Yes,
sun.
let's get her there. Okay,
Okay,
everyone,
come on,
let's
Mira,
go.
please, Mira, please. As someone who was a cat and is now a dog and hates being a fucking dog, to someone who was a human and is now a cat, please come with us. Let us take you outside. I promise we will take care of you. Nothing bad is going to happen. You'll find a sunbeam. Everything is going to be fantastic. I promise. We just have to get outside. We have to get outside right now.
And we'll get you the cure for the
Inhales.
whiskomatosis.
She just takes this big inhale, like an inhale that fills her entire cat body, and just lets out the gold medal Olympic equivalent of a white girl sigh. Just like
Perfect. Yeah, I got to do everything.
Yeah, and jumps on Sasuke's back and just like flops.
Suppose
there.
I'm beast of burden. I'll give him my fucking legs and the size of my body. Is my nose too long, Father? Is my nose too long? It feels long. I look down and I can see it at the end of my eyes.
Your
It's
nose is
very long.
perfect. It's exactly the way you were
Mira,
born,
Is
I
it?
guess, as
Is
a
it? What
dog.
kind of dog
As a
is this? I
dog.
feel like a horse.
It's well, it might be a horse. It's quite tall. I don't actually know what type of dog it is.
Mira just rolls her head up and she's like, "Your nose is like a broom. I could ride your nose if I were a witch. It is so long that I believe you were telling lies in your past life. It is
Oh,
practically a broom.
she could
You are
ride
a
my
broom
nose like a
nose."
witch.
That's a hell of a pickup
maybe,
line. Just putting it out there.
maybe if my witch knew about it, I could tell her that I had the nose like a broom.
Hey,
That? What do you think?
hell yeah!
Okay, then onwards we go, my fair friends.
Sorry,
Also,
I dropped
has
character.
Jackal
That was
always been
great.
such a fucking asshole? Mira,
She's
has he always been like that?
Me? What? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy. Jackal.
Has Has he always been such a fucking asshole?
Well, he has been stuck here for about 6 years, I would say. So that is half of his life as a hyena. So I would say he has all the reason to be grumpy.
Well, I hope he gets over it once we get him outside back to his body.
We'll get him outside back to his body, and also, on the way, if he fucks around, we can just get rid of him. But no, we'll get him out back to his body.
No. Okay. Puddles, are you coming?
Yes.
No one's expendable except maybe Jackal.
And Jackal's like, I can fucking hear you, cunts. It's
Well, if you're going to call us cunts, you may as well be behind us because you're an asshole.
No, I'm pretty sure he said cats. He said cats talking to you two.
You know what? That was actually good. You get credit for. I like your moxie, kid. I like your moxie. And he sort of like continues walking past.
All right, Moxie's good. All right, ready.
Actually, if you're going to call him Moxie, you may as well call him Moggy instead because I am a cat and proud of it.
No, now I just hate you again. Why would you do that? We're on such a roll.
Grow up. Grow up.
So we are going to run as fast as possible to get out of this.
Yes, but let me lead because my nose, apparently, according to Queen Press Miss on my back over here, my nose is long enough to ride on, so I may as well make it to my best advantage. Okay, everybody sit back for a minute. Let me get a big old sniff. About where we have to go. Because I'm imagining we've gone up the stairs from the dungeon. So we've got out all the cages. That other door on the back end's blocked off. Gonna head up the stairs. Sasuke wants to get to the point of like the landing. Get a bit of an idea of where we should go from here.
Guidance.
So,
I'm giving you a pat.
Sniff. Big old sniff snoff.
A big old sniff. Yeah, that's that. Roll your whatever check you rolled, your sniff check.
With an extra D4.
That'll be perception.
Mm-hmm.
We are 11 plus 5, so 16 plus the D4 for the guidance. Let me just roll that.
So we're going to be running, and if we get separated, meet back, because I think we need to go back to that goblin lady.
Meet back at the crocodile? Okay.
We might be able to rob her for some potions.
I don't want to have any of her potions afterwards. So the D4 is a +3, so that's like a 19.
Oh, that's awesome. So like your snoot pretty much
do be snooting.
Door. Your snoot boops a door as you come up the stairs. And because of the proximity for your snoot to the door, to the lock of the door, you pretty much get a picture perfect layout of the room that's before you. So it's like this massive library filled with books and potions, and this is definitely Hibbly Jibbly's office. And with that roll, I would say you actually think that there might be something to turn you back to your original form.
Oh, I like this. Oh, I don't know this yet.
With knowing that, I want to use my little doggy brain to think if something that drew me to this initial potion.
I like it.
that I like the smell of. I want to
Mm.
find the smell that smells the worst and here to turn me back to my own person.
Oh, I like that.
I like that a lot.
Have advantage on an investigation check.
Okay. Okay, first roll's a 5. Thank fuck for the advantage. Holy shit. Oh, okay. That is a investigation with a 14 plus a 115.
Yeah, that's not honestly. You probably would have needed a 6 to pick this up. Much the same as
yeah.
that smell of cod and like catnip. just sort
Cod,
of lingering.
catnip. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can just smell something. Smells like dripping,
That kind of smelly smell.
festering,
The
wet
smelly smell.
balloon and fresh tennis ball. So it just smells like a wet balloon in a puddle, cheese that's been sitting out in the sun for a few days, and a tennis ball, and like a croc that has been worn by like a dude with a really bad foot problem for ages, but something just makes you want to tear this thing apart.
I was with you on all of that, but fresh tennis ball is a smell that I can't
Yeah, fresh
imagine.
tennis ball is definitely a smell. Okay, I received that through my big snoot, but I also make a point of telling the other animals that are with me if something smells super bad to you right now, you should go and find it because that's what's gonna turn you back to your old form.
Ah. I guess.
Just to be clear, out of character for a second, Grace, that's what I was getting at, right? Okay.
No, I gotcha.
And
Like with my role, is that the case, or am I misconstruing it? I just want to make things clear
100%.
before I
No,
tell everyone
that
else.
is totally 100% correct. So that is exactly the logic. Have another treat.
can Father O'Reilly go, listen,
hell yeah.
I really don't think we should just make assumptions based. Look, we've got some, and I get my doggy paws up and I stand up on one of the books.
Meanwhile, Sasuke's like already nose deep in a pile of papers on the desk, like sniffing around, trying to find the
Yeah.
worst smelling thing.
No,
in the
I'm
room.
trying to read
Like,
that. I'm trying to read that. And I turn the page, and one of the things is like, it actually says, like, hey, the nice smelling stuff will turn you into this. The stuff that smells the worst will turn you back. And you're like, oh, son of a bitch.
Father O'Reilly, while you're sort of trying to hectically go through these papers that Sasuke is just like knocking off the desk, you are completely illiterate.
Oh my god.
you're a dog. You're a dog, dude.
What? There's
So-
no beautiful pictures of like a yucky smell? Like,
So
Can you draw a smell for us, Mod?
no,
Can you
yucky
just
smell like
quickly,
this, like this.
really quick, and draw
Oh,
a
I'm
smell?
doing it.
lines.
I'm doing it
It's
like,
just stick
ooh,
lines.
stink
It's
lines.
just stick lines.
And then
coming
like a
off the page.
tick. It's like stink line,
It's just a
tick,
children's
return to person. And then like,
it's just a children's pop-up book.
yeah,
Where it's like,
I was like,
fuck
oh, stinky.
yeah. Fibbity Jibbity was like, hey, I need to write this in case I get turned into something and I completely forget how to turn myself back. Okay, maybe it's not written in there.
You know
But-
what? Why the fuck not? Roll me a D100, and if you get above a 67, then that book does in fact exist, and you may look for it.
D100 is a big call. I like it.
Just a
I like it a
47.
lot.
Nah, that book does not exist. It nearly existed. It just
Nearly,
doesn't
yeah.
exist.
That's all right.
Okay.
But
you know,
I will
all
start
about it,
sniffing
but-
for the potion that smells the grossest.
The worst.
Um,
Yeah. Sasuke's gonna pass it along to Jekyll and Puddles and Mira as well. Just being like, hey, if you smell something that smells super bad, try and find it.
Well, Jackal sort of starts like, honestly, he's not helping at all. He's just kind of sitting at the door, vibing. He's just kind of watching all of you make a fool out of yourselves. And Mira kind of watches all of you. Like at this point, I'm going to imagine you've been searching for like maybe 10, 15 minutes. And she's like, she hops up again onto the, like a sort of like a nook in the desk. And she's like, moves a piece of paper with her paw. And she's like, reversal of the potion. Does this sound like it might be correct? And you realize
Yes,
at this
yes.
moment that Mira has actually had the ability to read and comprehend human language this entire time and has said that.
Yeah, so Sasuke's like, rah, 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 rah. Yes!
Because, you know, cats can understand humans, they just choose not to.
Yeah, they can, they just don't wanna.
Little
So
did we
she's
know,
like-
she also wrote the book.
Yeah, probably, honestly. Written by Mira the cat. She's like, is this what we're looking for?
Yes, yes, rah, rah, rah,
Read.
rah. Yes, can you read it? Read it, please.
Oh, do I have to?
If you want to find that beautiful sunbeam and those delicious fishy snacks that you like so much, then yes.
Fine. So she's kind of scanning over this page. And she's just scrolling down to see where the answer is. So it sort of goes into detail about a spell that they can use to sort of counter it, but they need the specific ingredients. So the ingredients that they list is a fish bone,
Mm-hmm.
a squeaky toy,
Mm-hmm.
a feather, and an ear, like a dog ear.
Hang on a second.
Fishbone,
Fishbone, squeaky
squeaky
toy.
toy, and the ear. You can have one of these. I don't need this. You can have one of these things for me. From me. I want to be back to a cat. I want to be a cat so bad. I'm
What?
so jealous of you, Mira. You are getting to live in a beautiful cat body, and I'm just out here being a big, long, gangly dog with a huge face that's useless. Oh, I hate it. I don't have any claws. I don't have a big tail, but it's not as useful as my tail. I don't have my claws to scratch things. I can't knock things off the table the same way I'm used. So I just have to get to them with my shoulder. Just to barge everything. I hate it.
So,
And everything smells so much all the time.
was it only the three things?
Yes. Oh, what?
Wasn't
what
there
did I
a
say?
fourth
So
one? There was fishbone, squeaky toy. I thought there was something before ear. Or is it
feather.
feather? Cool.
Has to be a feather.
Okay, feather. If only we could find a place to get a
Puddles.
Did you seriously just fucking pluck a feather out of this like baby Albert?
No, I'm gonna ask him first. Puddles.
No, Mod just seriously plucked it. Like he made the plucking noise and did the gesture.
Oh no, puddles, puddles, puddles. She's like running around and like sniffing little circles around, like pushing her shoulder into him to try and calm him down. Puddles, puddles, puddles. It's okay. It's okay. He's doing it for us. Okay, he's doing it for us. It's all right. Don't panic.
No.
Oh.
I am
Oh.
happy to roll a
Listen.
charisma check here to see if I can convince him.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I would.
It's okay. I planned
I
for this.
would.
I planned for this.
Roll a charisma check and I'll roll with advantage.
Oh, hang on. Before you roll,
Okay, so
Before you go.
I'd planned for this. Now I know you're angry. I took the feather for the recipe to turn us back. I'll let you take my ear for it.
He is still. Roll your charisma and then I'll see what I roll in.
all right. So for my charisma save there, I rolled a 15 plus a 5. That's a 20.
Okay, so I'm gonna
That's a
try.
go.
In order to, he's gonna have to. Okay, cool. So obviously, he looks like he's about to let out the most bellowing fucking yowl in the whole world, like a husky yowl.
Hell yeah.
So like the equivalent of a rocket ship taking off. You think this yowl would have been loud enough to alert Gauze of your whereabouts? But luckily you managed to calm him down. And he just starts crying.
Sasuke was just comforting this little man. He's just a baby. You can't be angry at him. He just had a. It's like having a hair pulled. Like it doesn't seem like a lot when you
Yeah.
have a hair pulled out. It hurts,
It hurts.
especially when you weren't expecting it. So
Like-
Sasuke was
One.
just trying to comfort him, just being like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're going
Okay.
to be okay. Your feather's going to go back. You're going to be a big, strong Albert. You're going to be like, har, rah,
I
rah, rah. Very big, strong, very
I
big,
I
very, very
realize
big,
now.
strong
Puddles
owlbear.
wants to
Puddles.
go home. Puddles misses her mama.
Puddles. I promise we're going to try to get you home. Okay, I promise. We're working on it right now. Do you want to be? Do you want to be the owlbear that you are right now, or do you want to be back to the little boy you were before, or little girl you were before? I don't know much about humans. What were you before?
I was a little girl.
Tell me about your mama. What did she like? What color was her hair? Do you remember?
Oh, it was black and shiny.
She's a
It
beautiful
was
lady
black and
then.
shiny, and she had the prettiest green skin in the whole world.
So your mama was a pretty lady, huh?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, then when you're back to being little puddles, the puddles with 2 legs and not 4 legs, we'll find your mama. Okay, we'll find her. I
Yes.
promise.
Yes. I like
Yes.
that. I like that. And
I told you I was your friend, Puddles. I'm not going to lie to you about it. We were going to find her. Okay.
then with Puddles is gonna roll an investigation to see if they can help. Oh, Puddles gets a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh my god, I'm rolling like so weird tonight. Puddles in his little happy dance sees a giant yellow cylinder sphere on the top of the bookshelf, and he's like, I think I see a squeaky toy.
Is it that big? Oh, squeaky toy. And Sasuke's dog instincts take over. I won't bite it. Won't bite it. I want to bite that real bad.
It's shaped like a dog bone,
Yeah,
and
big
it's just
squeaky.
got like the big. It's
Is
like,
there a way to get that for me off the desk? Do I have to climb on the desk and knock it
No.
down?
well, Mira is on the desk.
Hey, Mira. Mira, could you knock that down, that bone thing for me? Please?
Mm, mm.
Please? I promise treats afterwards if you give me the dog bone. Please.
I don't know, but you kind of want me to knock it down.
Oh no, I have no interest in you knocking that down at all. If anything, I prefer that
Well-
you didn't touch
well,
it. And she looks
listen.
back at
Really?
like
Listen.
she's going to
before
mo-
we
she's
before.
going, okay, just to explain
Okay.
what the physicality. Sorry, Mod.
That's
I'll
alright.
get. Sorry. So the physicality of what happens is like Sasuke looks at it. She says it. She's going to drop her head down and then looks up at Sasuke. Not Sasuke. Sorry, Amida through her eyebrows. Like, oh, you should give that to me. You should give that to me real bad. Mina's like, I don't know.
I'll.
And then Sasuke's like also like head down, snoot face away, but the eyes going up, like you know that dog thing that
Mm-hmm.
dogs do when they're looking up at you and they really want something. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
I
The
really wish you wouldn't knock that down.
the
It'd
other
be
thing
so
we could
terrible.
do. The other thing we could do, which could be fun. So I'm very happy to go that way. But do you want to try? Because you said it's on the top shelf or something. You're a big
Yeah,
dog and I'm a big dog. Do you want to try and do a doggy pyramid and get up there?
Yes, I would, but I would also want to see if I can convince Mira to knock it down
Go
first.
for it. Go for it.
If Mira, if me convincing Mira to knock it down
Yeah, no,
first
that's
doesn't
right.
work,
I was
then
just
yes,
making
doggy
sure.
pyramid.
I was just making sure because I was just like, it
roll
could be
me a
fun.
deception. She's gonna roll insight to see if she can see past your reverse psychology.
16 plus for deception. What is it? Plus 5. 21.
Well,
good?
you're lucky that she rolled a 3.
Okay. Good to know.
So she does
So you
that
just squeaked
cat thing
by.
where she slinks up next to it, and then she like bats it, and she waits to see your reaction.
And I go, oh no! How could you knock that down? That was so terrible. How could
And
you?
then
How
she
dare
just
you?
fucking hunts it off the desk.
Oh no! You've knocked it to the ground and you've probably broken it. Oh no! I'm happy to roll
It's
deception
just
again
like-
to keep this charade up if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's a 15
She's
for
like,
deception. Yeah, 15 plus 5. This is another 20.
she's
I'm
like
loving it.
looking at you the way cats do after they knock something off, like, oh yes, Yes.
Yes,
Like,
yes, I've been naughty. Oh no, punish me.
yes, exactly. So she's just like, yes, I know you didn't want me to put up the desk, but I did anyway.
The squeaky toy has fallen on the ground. Father, I really should grab that before I lose my mind and grab it myself. Because if I feel like if I bite it, this is all over.
And as you say the word bite, he's like, "Oh, that's probably a good idea," and like scoops it sort of up onto the feather, and like, wraps it up, and he's holding it without squeaking it. So he's got
All
it.
we have left.
Fishbone, because this is where I think, like, I really feel like this is the thing we'd need the miasma or the cat for. Like, can we do a bit of a search for fish bones? Is there some sort of thing?
Like this room it's basically sort of like a hoarder's room.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. So just to give you a bit of an indication where I'm at here, Father, really, I'm gonna be over here with Puddles, and the other squeaky toy, trying to stop Puddles from activating the squeaky toy and trying to keep everything in one place. If you could search for the fishbone, that would be great. With your samoyed nose.
I just got a 14 with my samoyed nose, and I'm like, and then I'll look over at the cat and see what she's doing.
She's like not even paying attention. Like she's basically fallen asleep on top of the desk.
Fish.
In terms of the fishbone, it is like you find this like box sort of painting, you know, the box
Nice.
frames, and inside is this massive fuck off fish. Like this fish is probably easily like 10 meters long.
Oh my god.
But it's hanging above the door, and you think that perhaps you might need a little bit of height to get
Dog pyramid.
dog pyramid.
Dog pyramid. Okay, Puddles, are you listening?
Yes.
You look after
paying attention.
Puddles. Your job is to guard these things that we have here. So the squeaky toy. You listening? Squeaky toy. Yes.
Yes.
And the other thing,
Yes.
the fish bones. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Keep an eye. You watch. Okay. If you see anyone that is not one of us, I pointed Jekyll as well, reluctantly. One of us, try to touch it. You yell, you scream, you fight. Okay.
Yes. Puddles understands.
Puddles understands defend your loot.
Puddles
Yes.
understands protect.
Yep.
Puddles understands protect.
Good.
That he
Good job,
and he
Puddles.
protect.
Good job, Puddles. And she's gonna lean over and give him a big lick on the face. Good job, Puddles. I'm proud of
He
you.
like nuzzles into you, and then
Aw.
like he like walks over to. So you've sort of got like the feather and the squeaky toy in, and the page from the book sort of in a little pile on the floor. He
Yeah.
walks over and he just fucking starfishes on top of it,
Perfect.
like legs splayed out in a sploot.
Good go, Puddles.
Like
Good job.
right on top of it, Jackal just face palms himself, and makes his way over to the dog pyramid.
Oh.
Okay, how do we get to the top of this thing?
I just.
I am the longest dog.
You're the longest dog. I was just wondering.
But I am not the lightest dog. You are the lightest dog.
I am the lightest dog, and we do have Jackal, who's a very strong dog. Like he's strong.
Extremely tall. Hyenas are fucking massive.
So I'm thinking using my friend. He had this theory or a theorem. So my friend Pythagoras used to say, if we have one dog and then a hot dog and a long dog, then you can walk up the long dog. And just for this, Grace, my acrobatics, and because I focus mainly on my mental stats, would this be an example? I'm just because it's very acrobatic. Would this be an
Yeah.
example of performance or animal handling?
Oh, I would say
Judges?
if you want to have advantage, you'll have to flavor the animal handling in a way that makes sense. If you want a flat roll, you can roll performance.
Hmm. All right. All right. So, what we need to do is we'll get lined up. So we're going to use the base, the strong base. So what we need to do is, Jackal, I'll get you to go here on the facing the wall, but next to the table. Then Sasuke, I'll get you to stand on his back and then lean across to the wall, so that you're using your paws on that shelf just there.
This?
Yes, yes. Oh no, up a little bit more. Hang on. And I jump and sort of. Yep.
So just to be clear, Sasako is not on Jekyll's back just yet. She's
No,
still
yeah,
stretching her paws out.
yeah.
in
It's
her
up,
So-
up higher.
she's going
when
to
you
look at Jekyll and say, "Is it okay if I climb on your shoulders?"
Oh,
Just for
honestly,
this.
mate, just do whatever the fuck you want at this point.
Do well to not be so disillusioned by everything. Everything seems to be checking out okay.
Yeah,
have a
well,
good
we
life.
all die in the end, so
But do you have a good life to go back to?
yeah, not really. I'm just kind of in it for the food at this point. Anyway, hop up.
Oh, cool.
Thank you. So
And
yeah,
then-
the bullseye is going to climb on top of the hyena,
Oh.
and then reach her paws across the wall and brace them as best you can, like this
And then
against the wall.
I will use one of my bardic inspirations, and I start telling the story of my friend Pythagoras and his theorem and how he came up with it. Well, you see, it was late at night at the tavern, and we all wanted to get up to the roof. And he starts telling this tale, and it's actually one of my bardic inspirations that I can give people abilities. And so
Ooh.
I'll use one of those class features. I'm just looking for the actual Tales from Beyond. Okay, so we roll a d10. Somewhere here. D yakety schmackety. A 10. Oh, we don't want that. Won't use that right now. Bonus action reroll. Because that one was going to shoot fires.
I can give you some points of inspiration because I've got 2 right now. So do you want one of mine?
Oh, I feel like you have a treat.
I do have a treat, but I'll use the point of inspiration because that's lovely. Thank you so much. And I'll say to flavor it, he starts telling the tale of Pythagoras, the Traveler. So this is called the Tale of the Traveler, and the target gains temporary hit points to roll of your bardic inspiration die plus your bard level. So it's a huge buff to our hit points. And then while it has the hit points, which we have, the walking speed is increased and bonus AC. So we're going to be tougher and faster while I'm telling this tale. And I say, all right, so then he did this, so I'm just going to do this now. So am I right to walk on you, Jackal, and onto you, Sasuke, up to get the fish bones?
Yes, please, by all means, please do so. Walk across my fucking face and my snoot.
Okay.
That's fine.
It should feel like a gentle cloud puffball rolling up your back.
I would hope so, as long as you don't smell like you normally smell.
No alcohol or tobacco to be smelled. And I go
God for that.
up the back. And what do I need to roll? Advantage on animal handling.
Yep.
With bonuses. All the bonuses. It's not letting me roll. There we go. Nat 20! Thank God for the advantage.
Yay!
I got a nat 1 and a nat 20.
I'm just gonna quickly turn the aircon off. I will be right back because it is fucking freezing here.
I'm also
I'll
going to
be
go
like
pee
10
in this
seconds.
meantime. So
Yeah, actually.
Perfect.
Do we want to do a short rest?
Yeah, let's do a short rest. I don't have a thing to go to, so I'm going to put it to the Izakai screen and leave sound on, so don't say anything horrible when you come back.
No stress. I'll mute myself.
Isekai, go! Oh,
And I'm back.
yes,
Thank
I'm
you,
also back. No, that's all good. We decided to take a small break, so I went to the Isekai screen, and while I've got it up, if you were to have a buff for your like you go into a world and you could have any bonus, so
I'm
like
familiar with Isekai.
okay, good, what would you choose? Because there's so many ones so like some of them
Either resolve or luck.
what was it?
So on the screen that you have up right now, either resolve or luck.
Oh, sorry, no, like don't worry about that. Yeah, obviously we can put those up. I 100% agree with that. But you know how there's sometimes they'll have like an ability, like they'll be able to shop from our world is one of the ones I saw. Crazy XP gain, unique spell that does something. Like if you had to choose something, like I was thinking about it and I was like, I like the idea of like crazy luck. So like, you know, you and I both kill a wolf, I get a pelt, you find a giant sword of Xanthar or some shit like that, and it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Honestly, if I was Isekai, the first thing I would ask for in this trade-off is an instant revive upon death.
Nice. Yeah, immortality would be cool. I really like the consume one from Slime.
Yeah.
Like every time you kill someone, you get their ability, whatever ability they had, you can add that to your thing. I really like that. That's cool. But very hard to track and
I
remember.
don't know. I feel like just speaking purely from experience for like D&D games and like that sort of thing. I think what I would like if I was Isekai immediately, I would like the opportunity to be able to die and then come back exactly where I was, or die and come back 10 minutes before where I was. So that way I'll be able to learn about, like, you know, if I starve to death, I'll be able to be like, oh, let's not do that.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. Like,
I-
it's not so much immortality as the inability to die. So bad things still happen to me.
You want
I
to be
still take
Nicolas
damage, I still
Cage
get
in,
hurt,
you want to be Nicolas Cage in Next.
pretty much. Like bad things happen to me. Bad shit happens still. I don't not get hurt. I still feel pain. I still get injured.
Yeah.
I still live with the experiences that I've given myself, but I come back to the same body at the same time every time I die.
I like that. Honestly, the movie Next with Nicolas Cage is one of my, like, the ending of that is just fucking phenomenal. When he storms.
Nicolas Cage is actually a highly underrated actor.
He's awesome.
Everyone gives him shit for all sorts of stuff, but like seeing him come into his fucking power now,
Yeah.
being an older man and then playing into the fucking like being insane, being creepy,
Yeah.
being like that true like villain that people didn't really take him seriously at before. Like I've watched some of his stuff. I haven't seen the movie Long Legs yet. I really want to.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Hang on.
But also seeing him in the Color of Outer Space, which was like an Amazon release.
Yeah.
The Color of Outer Space was like a H.P. Lovecraft interpretation, which was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was a very good modern interpretation of Color of Outer Space. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nicolas Cage was a huge player in it because it was just like, I don't know. Nicolas Cage really has that thing of like, he is simultaneously the best actor and the worst actor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But seeing him getting older now and leaning into some like truly insane characters is just, it's so pleasing because it's kind of like, oh yes, here you are.
Well, I think people
Yeah,
have
you are
always
now.
been against Nicolas Cage the way that people are against Nickelback, the band.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly. That was
everyone
that was
loves
exact
to
joke I
hate
was about
him.
to make, yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves to hate him. But then you put it on and this is how you remind me who I really am. And you're like, I don't even know if that's
Yeah,
Nickelback.
everyone likes to laugh and joke about it, but do you not still know all the words?
Oh, 100%. That was a Nickelback song. I just pulled that out. I had to look that up. I was just like, oh god. I cannot believe I just did that. I didn't think I'd be able to pull out a Nickelback song, and that just came out. Like, I didn't even think of a song. It just came out because I was thinking of Nickelback.
So,
But
Howard. Oh, sorry.
That's right. I'll go back to the screen. So, are you guys right to go back on video? Or do you want?
How do you guys feel if we continue this another day? Because I'm just very aware it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for
That's
you,
true.
and I'm feeling like hot dog shit.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We could do that. Well, did you want to do a little wrap up to nice and tidy, put a bow on it? Like, just say how it wraps up. Like, it doesn't have to be 5 minutes. It can just be
100%, yeah.
because we did our dog pyramid. We're climbing up. I got a nat 20. Oh, we can end on a nat 20. What's gonna happen with the fishbone?
Oh, we're back.
Yeah,
we're back.
I left it running. I just didn't turn the mics off.
No stress. So
Otter.
we're back. We are back with the nat 20. The dog pyramid works. You are able to grab the fishbone and hightail it down and pop it in the pile. I will see you whenever we see you next.
Oh, wait, before we go, with the nat 20,
Yes.
do we see Jackal sort of like crack a tiny bit of a smile? Like he's almost sort of like a tiny bit of hope has entered his soul that this.
You know what? Yes, you do.
Go nat 20! That's all.
You see the glint of a smile.
Of like, actually, all the escape attempts we've all made this far have been shit, but this one might actually work.
It's got promise. I didn't want to leave the whole until next time we do this, knowing that Bruce was having a shit day. Like, I like to think that we brought a little bit of life to Bruce. To Jackal, and he's just about there. So that's a nice place. So we've got squeaky toy, feather, fishbone, and all
Last
we
one was
need
dog ear.
is ear, and then we might be able to get back to ourselves and get out.
Damn swizzle.
Hey, just quickly, Grace, does a dog ear include what you do to a page in a book?
Oh, that's good. That is a dog ear.
Sure.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Is it a crime? 100%, but...
Yeah, is it a crime? But also, is it a dog ear?
So, we'll see you next week on that note.
See you next week.
Thanks for the game, guys. Absolutely awesome.
Bye.
Thank you for the game.
Peace. And
Good
I'll
night,
end the stream
Take
now.
care.